Good afternoon, everyone. Well, we had snow last night. That was just unreal. I heard it and I thought, that can't be snow. You're imagining things, because Saturday it was really quite warm here and people were going out in their gardens, and then suddenly yesterday we had snow. And I've spoken to our Angelica, and apparently they've had snow in Germany and hailstones, so looks like we're back into winter again. Oh dear, keeps us on our toes anyway, doesn't it? Well, I hope you're having a lovely bank holiday today. This is quite a quick journal that I did. It's for Nathalie, LineDotArrow, because it's an Easter kit, and obviously I wanted to get it done at Easter so that I could get it out. I didn't want it hanging around, till next week, because then we'd have missed Easter altogether. But it's a lovely, lovely kit. It really is. And it's not too late to do an Easter journal now, because we're still in Easter, aren't we? And if you took any photos or you got memories or something, it's there. And the thing about this is you could also use it as a spring journal, because it is so lovely. So I'm going to show you the kit first. Let's make sure I'm in. Yep. Gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. I love that, a peaceful Easter. Isn't that pretty? So, so pretty. Beautiful, beautiful pages from Nathalie, as always. She does the most gorgeous designs. She really does. I just love them. Look at that sheep, honestly. And these kids. Seeing the kids, I tried to find some vintage photos of children rolling eggs down hills. Doing the egg rolling, or even painting eggs, and nothing out there. I gave up on that one. But I thought that would have been quite nice. Look over the chicken under her arm. We used to have chickens when we were little. But these are just such beautiful, beautiful images. They really are. She's worked so hard. How gorgeous is that? Really stunning images. I just love Natalie's stuff. She always has a way of looking at things different from other people. Absolutely stunning. I just really enjoyed doing this. I really did. So then you get your 4 pockets, and what I did with the pockets is I printed some at this size, and they were for my own tags that I made and for journaling cards, and then I printed them a bit smaller for Natalie's tags there. And these are stunning as well, aren't they? Absolutely lovely. And you get 10 gorgeous, gorgeous tags. And what I like about this is if you've got 10 tags like this, you can marry them up together. You can print them with the tick on or with the tick off and get the different sizes. And they're just beautiful. Whoops, he's upside down. Bunny's got a headache. Lots and lots of rounds here. And then you've got the diddy ones here as well. And I printed mine on card and on printer paper, because I thought, well, I can use them in different ways on the printer paper. And they do look a different colour on the printer paper, very slightly different, which is nice because it gives you a different set, doesn't it? It gives you extra things. And the other one I'm going to show you is this one. I've shown you this before. This is Barbara Cont's her eggs. And when I did my card making for Easter with the egg pictures, I had actually already printed this on to one of Natalie's papers, and so it was all ready for me to go to just print it off. I can't remember which paper it was. I was just going to see if I could find it. Probably won't be able to find it now, will I? It was the one with this one. So I printed it on this one, and it looked lovely. So I've actually used that in this kit, in this journal as well. So that is Barbara's. I'll link Barbara's kit. It's a lovely wee kit, but when I printed it onto there to show you could make that into so many different other things, I thought I'd use that in here at the same time. So here's our bunny journal. Now, with my bunny journal, this doily on the back is a vintage doily, and it's been handmade, and what I love about it is the lass has clearly used her wool halved. So in other words, she's untwisted her wool. So if you've got, say, a double knit and you've got 2 strands or whatever, she's untwisted them and used it like that to make it finer, which is really lovely. and I've put some muslin underneath and some lace and this vintage picture. Now my journaling card pictures that I've got them from the March kit that Paulette does. You know, Paulette does a kit every month. Well, it's not a kit per se, it's copyright free images, and there's all sorts in there, and you can either buy it before the month starts, so you get your emails every day, or you can wait until the month is out and then buy it later on. But it is more expensive doing it that way, buying it later on. But you get about 300 images. I have spoken about it before, but that's where I've got my gorgeous vintage images from. The sari silk was cream, and I've dyed it. It doesn't look very good in this light. It looks sort of yucky, but it is a really lovely, lovely yellow. Because I dyed some papers as well yesterday to go in the journal. It's a really weird sun out there today. Really, really weird. You know, where you've had the snow, and then the sun comes out and then disappears, and you're back to square one again. Well, this wee journal, that way around, is what I've had left over. So I've made a little booklet inside here, and I made all this paper yesterday. I just used some food colouring. I wanted that gorgeous, you know when you go and buy eggs from a farm and they are so fresh, and the yolk is that yellowy orange colour. I wanted to try and get that bright yellow, and I managed to get that. This comes from Paulette's kit as well. She's adorable, isn't she? And I've had some of these vintage cards. I mean, they're about 20 odd years old, and they've been sat in the other room. And I thought, well, I'm going to put a couple of these in, because I think they're really lovely. Lovely little Easter cards just to add to the journal. So here we go. And that's another one of Paulette's images. I just love that. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And they fit perfectly in these pockets. This is some of the paper I made yesterday. Now, I've started getting, is it Homes and Gardens? Yeah, Homes and Gardens. It's a magazine here that's really quite thick. It's a bit like Cosmopolitan, that sort of thickness. And it's the sort of thing that people have got a really lot of money by, you know, because if you look at the homes, we're talking about millions of pounds for these homes, you know. But there was an offer to get 6 for £6, and I thought, oh, what a great idea, because then I can keep them and use all the gorgeous garden pictures, the floral pictures, and you know, it's a good way of getting a really good library of images. So these lovely little chickens here in their gypsy caravan was in the one that I got last week in the Easter version, you know, and isn't that lovely? Chickens in their own little house. I thought that was so cute. So you'll be seeing some more of those. I've put some in here. That's my first tag of our Nathalie's, and you can see I've printed it smaller and it fits in there perfectly. Now these images are from a book. It's one of those books where you get the images and you also get a CD that you can print the copyright free images from. Now I don't have the CD, but I got the book from Caroline Stephen, you know, from Karma Collectibles, and I thought, I don't want to go and cut all these out. I want to keep them as they are. I think they would be so lovely in the journal, you know, to keep them all nice in here. Then I made a couple of I've made some envelopes out of her gorgeous papers, and this was an image from Paulette's that I've popped on the front. And the papers in the kit just really went well to make envelopes with. That's another one of the eggs. So I've used the whole lot of that page, so I didn't waste it. Now this postcard and the other 3 that are in here are from Nathalie's Easter. It's the bunny kit, Enchanted Bunnies, I think it's called. Can't remember exactly what it's called, but I'll link that. But that is I did a journal from that as well, so I can link the video on that one as well. Now that's one of my own tags that I did. That I did cut that image from that book, and then that's one of Paulette's images again. Now that image, you can see how you got that cutesy duck with like the fluffy head. Going back to like the 60s and the 70s, we used to have this sort of image, and there was a teddy bear as well, and they used to be on the cots, and baby stuff, but particularly on the cots. It used to be on the back, you know, end of where the baby's head is. You used to get this image there, and I thought it was how lovely to remember something like that, because I know when my daughter was born, you could still get them, and I can remember buying the stickers, you know, because stickers were quite new then, and I brought the stickers and I put them over her wardrobe. So I've done a couple of these flippy up things, you know, to put the writing underneath, and there's another one of her tags in there. Now this ephemera under here, that's also from Nathalie. She's got a whole lot of ephemera, so I've used her ephemera in there. Look at him with his little trumpet there, bless his heart. And again, these images are from that lovely book. You could probably still get it, so I will link the book. You might be able to find it somewhere, because it's got masses in there. It's got Easter, it's got Christmas, there's cows, there's horses, there's pigs, there's all sorts of stuff in there. Loads and loads of dogs and cats. And then mainly you've got postcards and you've got birthday cards, things like that. You know, the images come from there. So it's a lovely wee book to get, particularly you want something to chop up. Azaleas. This is rhododendrons, right? This again, this is from that magazine that I'm getting now. Oh, it was a lovely spring image. And that one's from Paulette. Cute, isn't it? And so is that one. They just married up so well with Nathalie's gorgeous papers. I love this one. It's just so lovely. There's so much you can do with it. And I love making cards and all sorts with that one. So that's another one from her other kit, Nathalie's other kit. Oops, stuck him under there. And there's another one of Easter images. They've got the sheep there, haven't they? And forget-me-nots down there. And that's her other tag. I mean, this paper turned out so well. What I did first was I rinsed out my bottle where I'd filled up my ink. And then I added some food colouring. I got just the right colour that I wanted. I was really tickled pink on that one. It's a little bit of ruffle. I've actually put the ruffle on the spine on this one. And Nathalie's ephemera in there. And again, this is one of the little flippy ups. So you can write underneath. And secret writing place. Here, this is where I printed those eggs again on that lovely paper. And we've got a little chickie here. And the Easter greetings. And that sheep is lovely, isn't it? And there's another one in there. I did this quite quick, but it's still turned out beautiful. It was just because I wanted to get the images out. Look at the bunnies, you know, doing the Easter bunny. She's asleep, so they're bringing her eggs. Isn't that lovely? And it's just so lovely, really do. I don't hear about the Easter bunny much here at the moment. I love that image. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And the chickens came from that magazine as well, our little chickens. I thought they were really cute. And these lovely yellow flowers all came from the Crafting Shed Davis. Our lovely friend, she sent me those. Gorgeous, that. The rabbit was appropriately associated with Easter because the hare represents fertility. It is considered a symbol of rebirth and new life. Isn't that lovely to have that in there? And to remind you why, you know, we're celebrating and what it's all about. Whoops, a bit of fluff on there. Isn't that a gorgeous image? You could actually watercolour that one. It would be so lovely watercoloured. That's just bits of sari silk floating at me. And look at her in a little frock. Isn't she cute? Really cute and adorable. And again, this is all the ephemera is from our Nathalie. And it works so beautifully with this kit. And then that's the back end of the pages. And that's another postcard from the other kit. And I managed to cut this envelope so that you could get the... I cut this one, and then I had this bit left over because of the way that I folded the paper. So I've fussy cut that out and popped it onto the front. So I didn't waste any. I was looking, a lot of people are having their clear out. I think that's what happens this time of year, isn't it? Once Easter comes, they'll start having a clear out. And I'm thinking, gosh, a year ago I did mine. It probably needs doing again now. Amazing what you find when you have a good clear out, isn't it? Go through all your boxes. You intend on just making it straight, don't you? Making it look tidy. And then once you start opening boxes, you have to go through all the rest. A little sheep there with the egg. And this is a flippy up as well. Oops. With all the lovely forget-me-nots and violets. And that is the 4th postcard from that kit, the other kit. And look at this. He's standing on the sheep to give her a kiss over the wall. Isn't that adorable? That is so Victorian, isn't it? I just love that. I thought it was so cute. Oh dear. And that's a lovely wee image as well, isn't it? Pop you back in here. And that, there was a little fold out inside the magazine, as they do, you know, they put leaflets and that in there. And they were all about paintings that they were selling, you know, different paintings that were selling. And this one is Spring Blossom. And I thought, how beautiful to be able to pop that into the journal as well. And I've kept the name and everything who actually painted it, because I thought it'd be lovely to, as a memory, to remind that I've seen that. It was so nice. The bunnies. This is almost a bunny journal again, like the last one I did for Natalie. Lots and lots of bunnies. And there's the chickens with their little chicks. More chicks. I love Pussy Willow, don't you? It's just, it's so beautiful. It's a shame because we've got a water scheme going on here, flood prevention, and they've taken all the trees down along the river. And there used to be 4 absolutely amazing conker trees. Absolutely amazing. And they cut all them down as well. So I don't know where the kids are all going to go for their conkers. I know there's 3 or 4 up near the police station. So I can see the kids all going in the police station, nicking all their conkers now because they've chopped these other ones down. Oops. That's it. Too much glue on that one. I stuck it in too far. Yeah. You can almost smell the carnations from there. It's absolutely lovely. And that's another one that I made. And I've stuck another chick on him. And that's more of those pages. And a couple more from Paulette. Oh, it's lovely. It's quite a simple put together journal, Mr. Japonica. But it still looks really nice, you know, and there's so much more you can do once you get to this stage. You can then start writing and adding pictures in. State of that chicken. Like duck. But I so wanted to show the kit to you today before Easter's out the way, because I didn't want to miss, you know, the kids and the puppy. You can hear them, the kids from downstairs out in the garden now, bless them. And that's another one of those Easter cards that I've had for time immemorial. Now in here, in that magazine, they've got this. And I'm just going to move that out of the way because I don't need that right now. I laughed my head off when I saw this and I thought I'm going to have to see if I can do this. Right, you won't be able to see the whole page, but it's the editor's Easter quiz. Okay? And every letter of the alphabet, there is a question. So like M. No, I can't see M, it's gone. Okay. Which J is a term for a female ferret? And that was one I had to really, really think about. It's Jill. Now, that was one I really had to think about. Which word beginning with A comes in varieties including Evelina, Jazz, Rubens and Worcester Pearmain? Apples. But I would say 95% of these I got right, so I was quite surprised. But I thought it was a lovely thing to keep in there, you know. And then in years' time, people could sit there and do the quiz with the kids or something. I thought it was a lovely, lovely little thing to keep hold of. So I've popped that in that envelope as well. That envelope's from the card. You can see how old an envelope is where you feel the paper, and you know the glue's so different. This is like a soft, you know, it's almost disappeared, the glue now on it. So let me pop all them back in there, and that's my Easter journal done. I'm ready. As I say, I just loved doing this for Natalie. I didn't have much time to do it in because I was trying to get all the other things sorted out this week. Obviously the COVID vaccine set me back so far, you know, having all that time off with not being well. And it seems to be hitting people in so many different ways. Some people are getting really ill with the vaccine, and others seem to be, you know, as though they're having a walk in the park. It's very strange how it's affecting people. I saw a friend of mine yesterday, and she had those awful headaches from the vaccine. But once the 48 hours was over, she was fine. And I was thinking, great, isn't it? And yet another friend that I saw, it was about 5 days after she had the vaccine. Oh my goodness, I could see she'd got a temperature. She looked so ill, but she'd had to take the dogs out for a tiddle. And I thought, oh, you poor thing, get back indoors. You know, it just how it affects. Obviously, it's all to do with these antibodies. And I think there's a lot of controversy about the one that I had now, the Oxford vaccine. So I don't know what they're going to do there. It makes you worry when you hear about the blood clotting thing, doesn't it? There's been a few cases, and it does make you worry. But at the end of the day, I think we've got to think that we've got to keep everybody else safe. It's not just about the person, you yourself. It's about everybody else. You know, if we don't all have the vaccine, this is going to just keep going and going, and we're going to keep going into lockdown and back into lockdown. And you know, the kids need an education, don't they? You know, this constantly being off school, and then they go back for a month or two, and then they're back off again. It's been so hard for them. I feel so sorry for all those who should be taking their exams, you know, and that they can't take them because they've just not had the education to do it. It's such a sad thing. But we'll be they'll be talking about all this when we're all dead and gone. The kids will be learning about it. So what did you do, Nana, when you were in lockdown? Craft. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Do go over and support our Natalie. She's got her own YouTube channel as well, and it's a lovely YouTube channel. She does wee giveaways of kits now and again, and she's just so adorable. She really is. And I just love the work that she does, so it'd be lovely if you could just support her. If you could go and like her shop and her YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate that. So have a lovely Easter Monday. I've still got a few more leaflets to go out. I did go out despite the snow this morning and get some more out, but I've gained another road, which is actually the road my son lives on. Yesterday I was at the one that the girlfriend lives on, because they've not emptied his house into her house yet. They've been together a couple of years, but they've not emptied his house into her house yet. Great. So I think that was definitely I'm not too sure yet, Mum. So we're on the way of emptying that one out. So I'm into that road tomorrow, and then that'll be all our election leaflets out for a month, and then we'll all be back out again. I enjoyed doing it because it was so nice to get out and see all the gardens. You know, and you're looking at all the daffs coming up and all the different plants coming up, you know, and nature coming back to life. It was just absolutely lovely. I've really enjoyed doing that, because at the moment, basically all I see is walking down my street, around the corners of the co-op and back again. That's not much fun. Anyway, have a lovely day, everybody. Let me know what you think about this journal. You know, do you think it's too late to do Easter journals? Because for me, I don't, because I think if you've been taking photos over the last few days, this you could adapt quite easily into a spring journal, because we've still got quite a way till we get our summer, haven't we? And particularly with the snow coming, we could all be going building snowmen, not celebrating Easter, couldn't we? Thank you, guys. Anyway, I'll stop waffling and let you go and have some dinner. And then I'm going to start on the next project. And the next project is to show you Calico Collage, Arnarella. She sent out the most beautiful freebie with her newsletter. And I'm going to get that together and do a little video for you. She's got a code in the newsletters specifically for people who are getting her newsletter. So if you want any of the Calico Collage images, do go and sign up for the email coming through, because then you'll get discount off of her lovely images, which really makes a difference, doesn't it, in this day and age. Anyway, love and blessings, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.